Hello everyone, VJ's Freddy back again. And if you are new to my channel or haven't seen what's on deck before, what it is, this quickly is a weekly video I do to update you on what's new or upcoming in the world of playing cards, and also give you my thoughts on new Kickstarter projects and other stuff. So let's get on with it. And first of all, just a forewarning, you might hear my cat meowing in the background. He's been in some kind of a mood today. I don't know. Maybe he's not feeling well. It's my guess, but right now he's behaving. So let's get on with it. Let's start off with Kickstarter. And first of all, we got the Elephant Playing Cards by Elephant Playing Cards. There's my cat. It is 44% funded, 47 hours to go. It's not going to happen at this rate, most likely, unfortunately. But they are planning a relaunch. The Aphelion Playing Cards by Parama Playing Cards is funded with 6 days to go. Pretty nice deck. If I recall correctly, it's fairly standard though on the faces. The Bicycle Four Seasons Autumn Playing Cards Limited Edition instead by Collectible Playing Cards is funded, 25 days to go. It just relaunched recently. The Spring deck did not do so well. This one has actually funded. Hopefully they do get all 4 decks eventually printed and released in that whole series. You can't do 4 seasons with just 3 seasons or 2 seasons. The 1998 deck, Hip Hop Playing Cards by the 1998 deck, is funded with 4 days to go. It's an okay deck. I don't know who's producing it, so that's a little bit questionable. But the art is pretty decent. Bicycle Frozen. I like to say it like that for some reason. My Magic Square / Bokubo is funded, 3 days to go. And I'll be on every playing card website and Magic site in the near future, I'm sure. Bicycle Double Black Classic by PlayingCards.net is funded, 5 days to go. Pretty cool. 2 different versions, a bicycle branded and an unbranded with a different back design on each one. Similar but different. And similar to the original Double Blacks, of course. Definitely one I will check out later on. The bicycle branded one is more limited than the unbranded, but I think it's 2,500 or something like that, so it won't be extremely difficult to find later on. Then we got Chameleon Playing Cards by Cardistry Collective, which I think I mentioned last week. It's 60% funded, 21 days to go. Since it is cardistry related, I'm sure it'll fund in a matter of time. It's getting there. Multi-Playing Cards, Playing Cards 2.0 by Cumber is actually 85% funded, 13 days to go. I don't know where all this funding came from. It surprised me because I did not think this one was going to make it. It's pretty horrible. It has no back design whatsoever. And the faces, you've got a whole bunch of different games that you can play with, but it just seems like a huge jumbled mess in my opinion. Mimi Playing Cards by Jordan Shumway is 84% funded, 5 days to go. I'm sure this one will fund in a matter of time. It's getting close. Not surprised me if it did. Then we got Evolve Futuristic Playing Cards by Lynn Nguyen. It is 36% funded, 16 days to go. It looks like it's a relatively low goal, so it may make it. However, I think it's got way too much going on with the faces. On the faces, it tells you, it's got the indexes, then it tells you again, for some reason, the rank and the value of the cards. Like it tells you the queen is a 12 card, it tells you it's worth 10 points. And then, of course, it also spells out that it's a queen and spells out the suit. And what is this, playing cards for dummies or something? I mean, we don't need all that information unless you're like 5. And 5-year-olds are not going to buy that deck. It just seems like it's just way too much. Just keep it simple. We don't need you to spell out everything for us and tell us everything. Linear Custom Playing Cards by Maria is funded. 12 days to go. Had a pretty small goal of $1,000. 2 different color variations. That red and blue one you see, and also a purple and green one, I believe it is. Not a huge fan. You can see the court cards are very kind of simple. And also not a fan of the indexes. Personally, that one's just not for me. Also, I believe it's being printed by NPC, so quality, quality should be fine. And then we got estate playing cards, whatever that is. Looks like it's some kind of a mobile thing, allowing you to create your own playing cards. It's 0% funded, 26 days. So I don't see it happening. I'm kind of curious though for what this is. So let's have a peek. $50,000 goal. Not gonna happen. That is ridiculously high. And basically, they're going to use the funds to engage a quality team of developers to create a sample set of card games using the estate playing card deck, whatever that is. And you get a deck of cards for 20 bucks. You don't even 6 decks for 100 bucks, which is ridiculous. You should get a brick for 100 bucks and 2 decks for 20 bucks. Nobody's going to pledge for this. There's no information on who's producing the cards. You don't even see what the cards are unless you watch the video, which I'm not going to watch. So, yeah. And the idea is to take the money to develop something else. Yeah, no. Next up, we got the Bicycle Mad World playing cards by Magic Trick Store collectible playing cards. It is 84% funded, 17 days to go. This is a relaunch as well. Which I probably mentioned last week. It's very interesting artwork, as you can see. Very, very colorful. Really pops. Very visual. I like it. I will check it out. Eventually once it's produced, and it will fund in just a matter of time. Like I said, it's a relaunch. Previously, there was 2 different color variations. There's like a black deck and a white deck. Now they're just going with the one, which is great. Maiden's playing cards by Joker and the Thief, still not funded. 83% funded. 7 days to go. Slowly getting there. It should make it by the end. It always seems to. For Joker and the Thief, they always slowly get there. I'm sure they'll find it in a matter of time. If you haven't checked it out, do so. It's a pretty cool deck. Then we got a brand new one from Third Way Industries. Last one for the year, I'm sorry, the Lunatica. And it is well funded already with 27 days to go. There is 4 decks in this project. Usually he does like 3. This time he's got 4. Let's have a look at them. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. You can see pretty interesting artwork as usual from him. It is different than what we've seen recently from him, but similar. I mean, he's still got the cleavage going on there. I like that. There's 4 different versions. 2 standard ones, the Equinox and the Solstice, and then you got the limited edition Chimera and Phoenix, only 1,500 of each. Very cool. And they are the Equinox and the Solstice are unlimited, but there's going to be a certain amount, a certain limit. It could be 5,000, could be 2,500, could be 3,000. It depends how many he needs to order for the project. But unlimited, he does say right there, unlimited editions are usually put to 2,500 and won't be put it again. So that's a little bit misleading to say it's unlimited. Let's just say it's not as limited as the other ones. And the Phoenix and Chimera may be less than 1,500, but 1,500 maximum. So it could only produce 1,200 of each, 1,000, whatever he needs. And those ones, the limited edition, will have holographic and green foil on the blue paper and holographic and orange foil on the violet paper with custom seals. Here you see the bat designs on the standard ones. Really cool. Simple but nice and different. Each one is slightly different, as you can see. Using neon inks for these, that's pretty cool. And then we got the Equinox. The face is there, very colorful, very bright and neon-y. Colorful, like I said. I like that. These decks, the artwork harkens back to some of Giovanni's first decks, the evil decks and the good decks that he did back in the United Cards for a contest. So it's a little bit weird, as you can see, but like alien-esque, but still pretty cool. And he's still got those beautiful queens as he likes to do, which is nice. A lot of pinks, a lot of neon colors, greens, blues. There's a Solstice, purples, golds, oranges, well, I guess. A cat. And the priest. That's pretty interesting. Nice number cards. And then the Chimera, more bright colors. And there's the other one, the Phoenix. And you can get the special box. It's got 6 of each color. That's pretty cool. And there's other stretch goals still to be hit. Surprise stretch goals apparently. But yeah, they're very cool, very unique, different. And they're still similar to his previous decks, but also different at the same time, which is pretty cool. I do recommend checking it out. Let's move on though. Next up, we got the Phonograph 5 by Landry Sanders. It is 54% funded, 9 days to go. Struggling a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned about whether or not it's going to make it with the amount of time left and how far it is, but there's always a possibility. They're nice. The nice back design, I showed you that before in the previous video, with these nice vintage style faces. On the left, the Goodell's Rare Scroll Work, which is pretty cool. Primidia, I always say Primidia. Pyramidia, or Pyramida, luxury playing cards by Tricklandia. It is 38% funded, 10 days to go. I don't think it's going to happen at this rate, but you never know. Personally, I mean, I like those ones. That Ace of Spades looks really nice. The backs are pretty cool. Simple, but cool. But the whole scheme is ripped off the mint playing cards from 52 cards, like last year. I know. Catch me on again. Like I said, the whole color scheme, the tiers in the project, everything is basically pulled off the mint playing cards. He altered the back design to a similar but different pattern using the same colors. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. It's not very creative or original at all. Could have used completely different color schemes and it would have been better. But exact same color schemes. The one you see right there, borderless, gold and black, just like the mint limited edition. Then he has one that's, I guess, black and white, like the black mint. And then there's one that's just like the raspberry mint in the color. So yeah, not a fan of that idea. Split playing cards by Madako. Augustine Varghese is 11% funded, 11 days to go. That doesn't bode well. It's not going to happen. That was originally on Indiegogo and did not make it there either, unsurprisingly. Whoops. Where am I here? Arcs playing cards by Lisa 52 and Charles Grass is 49% funded, 22 days to go. May or may not make it at this rate. It's a fairly standard deck if I recall correctly, with a nice, decent classic looking back design. Ouroboros V2 has relaunched by Empire Arts. It's 64% funded, 23 days to go. And I say, stay away. Don't support them because they initially were using artwork on court cards that was ripped off Lorenzo Gazziotti's decks. And they've also previously on another project completely ripped off the court cards from the White Knuckles decks. And that is just not acceptable. If they're not going to put in the effort to create their own stuff and use their own brains, they should not be supported. And you should not support them and encourage them to continue doing that type of stuff. I don't think it's cool at all. And this is a relaunch because they stole the artwork last time and they've modified it. But I wonder who they stole the artwork from now. Next, we got Cartomancer playing cards by Alain Benoit. It's 58% funded, 28 days to go. Slowly getting there, lots of time left. Really cool deck, as you can see just by the artwork you see right there. I've shown you that project before. Haven't really seen the back design, aside from a fan. But it looks pretty nice, simple. Don Quixote Volume 2, Ranchenati by Cellar Window is funded, 12 days to go. Definitely worth checking out on that one. Shipping is included, so that's always a good bonus. It's like 16 bucks or whatever for the deck. No additional shipping costs worldwide. Can't go wrong with that. Metropole Nox and Lux 2017 edition by Michael Lambert is funded. 4 days to go. It's going to have that nice UV ink embossing on the faces and the tucks like you see right there. going to be pretty cool. Then we got the Art of the Patent playing cards by Kevin Prince. It is well funded. 14 days to go. They have hit the stretch goal and unlocked the fourth deck. So there's a red, a blue, a purple, and a green. I'm going to show you that quickly. Each deck has, this deck is all about different historical patents, obviously different major patents in different areas. And the, I'll show you right now. The blue one is classic patents, I guess. The red one is famous. The green one is all about amusement park patents. And the purple is going to be all about vehicles. That's the one they just unlocked. I don't expect any more, obviously. 4 is a lot. And these are, I believe the USB produced. I'm not 100% sure on that. And you can see they have all sorts of information on the faces. I like it. Like for instance, here we got a Star Wars guy, and it says it's a toy figure, who invented it, the date of the patent on the bottom, and the patent number on the top. I personally think that this should have the date the other way so that you can actually read it, but just a minor thing. Like yeah, it's awesome. I think it's a great idea. I like historical type decks like this, so I'm in on this one. Unfortunately, shipping was a bit pricey for 4 decks, so I'm having it shipped to the US to reship to here. What can you do? I wasn't going to pay like 25 bucks for shipping or 30 bucks, whatever it was. Anyways, no, I think it was more than that. It was a ridiculous amount. The New York playing cards by Miguel Spatola, 9% funded, 15 days to go. It's still not going to happen. Just like his upper out deck. Carpe Noctem 6-seated deck by 7 DeVos, 4% funded, 63 hours to go. Not going to happen unless there's a major miracle. Opulent playing cards. George Williamson is 94% funded, 7 days to go. Just a matter of time. Great news. I do recommend checking it out. It's a very nice looking deck of cards. As you can see. Beautifully designed court cards. Nice number cards. I like all these little details on the faces. The diamonds in the background. There's elements around the edges. Nice beautiful court cards, which are kind of more or less standard court cards. Nice custom pips and everything. Like I said, my one minor criticism is that there's a lack of distinction between suits, aside from the pips. And I like that. I prefer a little bit of color, like reds for the hearts and the diamonds. But it's making it just a nice dark blue color deck, which is pretty cool. I do like it. Do recommend checking it out. There's a little reveal in the Jokers. And that is that. Pokeri Video Poker Point Cards by Juha Lilia. 5% funded, 17 hours ago. Not going to happen. The Empry Ultraviolet Playing Cards by Jester's Custom Cards has somehow funded with 16 minutes to go. Must have been some kind of last minute support because I don't see how there was that much interest in it. But it is what it is. Oculus Playing Cards by Mike Wilson. They gave a doc free 18. Designed by Randy Butterfield. I think I showed it to you last week. It is funded. 24 days to go. Pretty cool deck for cardistry, which is what it's aimed at. So, definitely worth checking out. It's designed by Randy Butterfield. Can't go wrong with that. Black Roses Playing Cards by Daniel Snyder is funded. 25 hours to go. Pretty nice back design, but I don't really like what they did with the court cards. Modifying them into actual people's faces. That deck, the FU deck by OMB Magic, 68% funded, 21 days to go. Slowly getting there, I'm sure it will make it in the end, but who knows? It's not very usable deck for most stuff. You're not gonna play cards with your kids with that. You're not gonna do magic with that. So I don't know. There's a limited appeal, I think. Foliage playing cards has relaunched by Ace of Clubs Magic and Cards. 20% funded, 20 days to go. It's an okay deck. Let's go. Printed by Legends and designed or illustrated by Nick Vlau. Conceptualized by 16 over this and Sam Porter. They did, I think I showed you this one last week, Ray. I apologize if I did. They did modify the Ace of Clubs, but everything else is basically the same, fairly standard. For some reason, there's no review by VJose42 because I never got one. They were able to send one to the States and one to the UK, but not to Canada. But whatever. Let's move on. If that's what it thinks of my channel, you may not see a review at all of any Foliage decks. Bicycle Dragonlord White Edition by TCC Presents. I don't know why they're using a different account for this. I think I showed you this one last week. It is 95% funded 4 days ago. I must have showed it to you. If I didn't, oops. Silly me. I'll show it to you right now. Basically, it is a white ghost deck. How creative. With a nice looking tuck case. And it's designed by Sam Hales, who designs all the Carnival decks. Been a while though, I guess. Basically, it's a white ghost with modified faces. Slightly modified, and a little bit of weathering to them, and a nice spade tip, but that's it. That's what you get. Nothing over the top exciting, really. Moving on, we got the Bicycle Essentials by Nathan Goldberg. Nathan's Pragmatic Magic. 19% funded, 25 days to go. I don't see it happening. This is a relaunch. This time he's only doing a gold deck. And last time he had a couple of decks. And he hasn't really changed anything artwork wise, so that does not help. People weren't interested before. They're not going to be interested in it again, as is. So I don't really see it happening. Then we got the Alice in Wonderland Luxury Playing Cards by Will Roya of PlayingCardDecks.com. It is 51% funded, 21 days to go. Just a matter of time, I do believe. This one was previously on Indiegogo. I think it had a couple of attempts, didn't make it. Will Roya, who's a magician, I guess, from Vegas, decided he wants to see this produced, so he's running it himself. Interesting artwork. Why is it doing this? Interesting artwork by Sasha. Apparently printed by USPC on a B stock. I do have a concern with that, though. I do remember another Alice of Wonderland deck that was going to be USPC produced, and USPC said, no, we're not touching that for trademark reasons. So I'm going to suggest they run this by USPC first before they, advertise it as being USPC produced. I mean, I'm sure they can find a suitable replacement if it doesn't work out, but it might be good to make sure. The back design is okay, a lot of white space around the edges. But it's not bad. It's one that I might think about backing. Special thanks, again, to a bunch of people, including Magic Orthodoxy, but not me. I didn't get any prototypes to review, or anything like that. Then we got the Life deck. This is bizarre. This is by the Massa Family and Company. 17% funded, 24 days to go. I don't see it happening. Oh my god. Wait till you see this. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, here we go. The Life deck. First of all, we got a Spider-Man kiss on the Ace of Spades, and he is on the Jokers. This is basically love and procreation told with playing cards, because that's exactly what people want on playing cards. And apparently these are ideas and drawings by a 12-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl who probably have gotten laid by now at this point in time. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, look at what they're putting on paper. Just imagine what's going on in their minds. Interesting number cards with diagonal pips. I don't know what that has to do with procreation and and then we get, I mean, decent artwork on the court cards. It's not great, but compared to some other creators like Jody Eklund or whatever, or Jackson Robinson, but considering it's by like a 15-year-old, that's pretty good. That's just gonna go way, she's gonna go ways in designing stuff. Narcissa Constantinescu. Okay, I was wondering. Not bad, I mean, for the most part. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of people want to see us on playing cards. The back design is the worst part. The back design is sperms and eggs. Really. That's exactly what everyone wants when they're playing cards. Wow. I mean, that's what came out of the minds of a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old. Geez, go get a bed. Go get a room or something. Use protection. Use protection. But get a room. Moving on. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't even know who's producing it. They don't even mention that. They haven't even thought of that idea. The Planets Mercury edition by David Goldklink. Vanda is well funded. 7 days to go. Operator deck by Olympus Defense Solutions. This is 5% funded. 30 days to go. I don't know if it's going to happen at this rate. $25,000 goal. I don't see that happening. A lot of stars and stripes on the top case and the back design. Interesting artwork on the court cards. I might have mentioned this one last week as well. I'm starting to think I did. Very one-way back design that says operator deck on it for some reason. I mean, I understand, wanting to support their armed forces and whatnot, and that's great, but not my cup of tea. The back design is not good. The deck of Poetic Pinup by Harleen Carpenter is 75% funded, 18 days to go. I haven't seen a lot of art except what you see there, and not my cup of tea. I don't know who's pledging for that, but it's a very small goal, obviously. Cycle of Sith. That's a very family-friendly game. Good grief. Only One Winner by Oliver is 2% funded, 3 days to go. Not going to happen. I could bet a lot of money on that one. If anyone wants to make a bet. And let me see what else we got here. Not a whole lot. A lot of games I'm seeing. Come on. Alright. Oh yeah, there's this mobile iris poker thing, which is not going to happen, obviously. I don't even need to get into that. That's it for Kickstarter. There's other things to talk about. Both Illusionist and Encarded have released new decks. Well, Encarded is a pre-order. Illusionist has a new deck we'll talk about. If we can get to it here. Just bear with me while it's opening up here. What's this? And we have a few things to talk about. And what I mentioned for sure. First of all, here's the new one from from Encarded, my bad, called the Radia playing cards. It is $30. I thought it was going to be less than that. Only 1,000 being produced. Limit 4 per customer, which is a great idea. Appreciate it, because that means you're not going to have people buying them by the brick and reselling them for like $80. Only 750 decks being sold in the Encarded store to pre-order, and I guess apparently the price will go up after the full reveal, it says, whatever that means. But we're not seeing a whole lot of pictures or anything like that, just that it's there. It will be fully unveiled October 13th at the 52 Plus Joker annual convention. So that might turn off a little bit of people. You know, it's going to be beautiful. You can see the bat design looks very nice. But you want people to pay $30 and you're not showing us what we're going to get. I can see why it's still available. But it won't be for long. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned before, but new decks coming from Madison. The Saints, the Martyrs, and the Confessors, I believe it is. Not sure when they're coming, but look at those back designs. Very nice. Very similar to the Hellions. In the same kind of same series. Looks pretty cool. Next up, Bicycle Black and Bicycle White. Apparently available at Spiel Carton Shop. Let me see how bad this is. Come on. So it's basically a black deck and I'm guessing a white deck. Why doesn't it let me reload? Come on. Well, that's not good. Moving along. This one is one I came across on eBay from PokerStar52. It's not from him, but he's selling it. It's called the Dimensions Shift playing cards. Interesting, colorful kind of back design. But everything else is kind of bleh. I'm not a huge fan of Ace of Spades. The Joker is even less so. And the back design's okay. The Joker is, if you can get that open, it's kind of boring. And the core cards, everything is just completely standard. Looks like maybe it's pink colored, but I can't even guarantee you that. Could just be the color of the lighting, for all I know. Also, I'm looking to get these. These are Walmart exclusives. From the looks of it, they should be available in Walmarts in Canada, but I just don't know if they will be, because they do say playing cards in French. Usually that means they will be available here, but I haven't seen a lot of exclusives at Walmart. Let me see, here we go. It's a white deck and a black deck for whole buck seats. Okay. I mean, it's something I'm interested in because they're bicycle branded and the rider backs, and I like that. But I'm not going to pay €12 for that. I'm going to wait for it to be available in a Canadian or American shop and pay my own currency or American currency, because that can be pretty expensive plus shipping it. It's just basically black and white decks. People running out of ideas, or I don't know. Next up, we got a couple of new national decks. Everyone remembers this national deck from Fury 11. Well, Barnes and Noble have released red and green versions of the national decks, which I'll get to momentarily. Oh, for God's sakes, go away. I have ordered them, of course. Fortunately, they shipped to Canada, unlike Walmart. And here we are. And I want to thank one of my viewers for mentioning this to me, because it was not something that was on the forums or elsewhere. I was not aware of it until they mentioned it, so I appreciate it. I don't remember who it was that mentioned that. I apologize. There we go. Very nice. I think, they kept the boxes, that the boxes are being made, tucks are being made by the same people within Boston. I can't really tell though. The artwork is the same, as far as I know. Nice red back design, and green one for the other one. The original Nationals, I guess, is kind of blue or black. They got a lot of cool decks at Barnes & Noble. Unfortunately, they don't exist in Canada. And I don't think that Canadian bookstores sell a whole lot of decks of cards. That's the red one. And, come on, for God's sakes, it won't open. There's the green one. Yay. And honestly, I don't really remember a whole lot about what the national deck looked like, what the aces look like. Oh, God's sakes. But I do know it's the same back design. It looks very nice, and I mean, $10 can't go wrong with that. Moving on. See if there's anything new at collectibleplayingcards.com. Oh, they got the Leonardo decks. Well, at least one of them. Pitman decks are popping up as well. A lot of new stuff, as you can see. Always worth checking out, and using the code VJZ32 to save 10% on your order. Artist Play, I'm just seeing if they got anything new. Why is this so on? I don't know why web browsers have to run like so many things in the background. It's annoying. Nothing at Art of Play. Just wanted to check that. Anything at pointcards.net of note? Not really. We got the bourbon deck for $9. Are you kidding me? I think it was less before elsewhere. These cardistry calligraphy decks, not interested at all. Sideways, one-way back design, just calligraphy on it, or cardistry on it, sorry, in calligraphy. Truth and Lies, truthfully, the Truth and Lies decks are a little bit disappointing. I got them the other day, this past week. Handling is, I don't even know who produced them. Not USBC, that's for sure. And don't know if it was, Taiwan Playing Card Company or who it was, but the quality is not great. And 6 different top cases, basically. Well, 3 of each. Just seems excessive, and that's by Murphy's Magic. PlayingCardDecks.com. Oh, they have the bicycle emoji. If anyone is looking for that one, Walgreens exclusive, available right there. Also, the Disney Vintage Movie Posters deck, that's also pretty nice, also available there. Trying to find those Walmart exclusives. There's a couple more that I've seen recently. These are pure cardistry decks. There's a pink one and there is a blue one, and I don't think they have a back design because I haven't seen pictures of any. I think that's all you get is that, basically. And it's from TCC Playing Cards. TCC is really extremely disappointing me with their playing card decks as of late. Plume Knives, pure cardistries. They're standard decks. We got jugglers here. We got Tessellatus. A lot of nice decks. These ones here, the T decks, classic T's, those are disappointing. Uh, Nebulas, those are extremely expensive. As you can see, 26 bucks for Bicycle Nebula. I don't think so. And look at that, Bicycle Bourbon, $7. PlayingCards.net, it's more money. So it's always good to shop around, check out different websites. I've yet to place an order of this one, but that might happen eventually. Very quickly, Hocus Pocus. I could do We'rePlayingCards.com as well, why not? Card decks. Let's see if they got anything here. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus, I like that. It's a little bit more for shipping, but as a member, they often have a little discount on decks, although the shipping kind of negates the savings on that, but I guess it helps out in the end. Come on. And it doesn't cost you anything. You just sign up. They got, Bicycle Silver. Obviously, that's not new. $2.95 for members. You can't go wrong with that. I'm pretty sure these are just the previous ones. They got the rockets. Oh, I wanted to mention this one. This is the new one from Ellusionist, before I forget. Yeah, just a silver rider back. It's just from is that the gaff card or double backer? I don't remember seeing that one. Yeah, I don't know if this is supposed to be brand new. I'll have to ask them and find out. But this is the new one from Ellusionist. It's called the Rockets, and it's basically inspired by these rocket pops, lollipops. I mean, ice pops, whatever you want to call them, frozen pops. And you got that. There's the bat design in the same colors, and the faces as well, featuring those colors. The court cards are standard, but they have those same red and blue colors. So it's pretty nice. I definitely like that. I'm awaiting it. And we're playing cards. Come on. I don't know why this is always a problem with this browser and also with the Chrome. I don't have these issues with Firefox, but I got other issues with them. Nothing really new here. Some older stuff. Sale. Yay. Only there's nothing I want to buy. Anyways, that's it for today. By the way, Vigor coming soon in blue. I thought I would mention that very quickly since it's right there in my face. And can't think of anything else at the moment. But that is that for this week. I know it's a bit of a long video. I apologize. Comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think. I got lots of reviews coming. And I will see you next time with more. Thanks for watching. And